Hey, everybody. We are live.
Hey,
We have no fancy intros, but here we are.
just us. I hope
Just
you enjoy
us
it.
and Ellie's new microphone, just the three of us. Isn't it pretty, you guys? Oh my gosh. I know I'm being such a girl right now, but it is
She's a
pretty, that new
spectacle.
microphone. Yes, she is. I love it so much.
Thank you. I'm
So,
excited. I feel more professional, and I feel like that kind of ties into the reason why we're meeting today, if you want to
mm,
stay on brand a little bit. Christy and I, we both recently, opened up our memberships, and we wanted to take an opportunity to give back to you guys because we are so thankful for your support. And we were thinking, what would be a fun way that we could interact with you guys and chit chat and have a good time, but also, you know, I don't know, just we wanted to have a nice time, be reflective. And we thought, why don't we share our YouTube journey by picking out some videos to react to, some of the older stuff when we first started. We also want to talk about how we met and things like that, how we became
yeah.
friends and all that stuff, which is a really fun story, I think.
It's like, I think such a good, like, people talk about the carnivore community all the time, including me. Like, I'm always raving about it. But I
Absolutely.
think our friendship, and us working together too is like just a beautiful example of all of that. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, Ellie started a little bit before me, at least with your channel. When did you start Carnivore, Ellie? Remind me.
I started Carnivore May 5th, I believe,
Right.
or May 3rd or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So we started around the same
Mhm.
time, right? Like we started
Yeah,
Carnivore around the same time. But as far as
abs
YouTube channels go, you started before I did, right?
I think at least a month or
Mhm.
2. I
I
could I
started
could check that.
August 29th, I believe, was like my official first day of like
Clocking
whatever.
in.
Yeah, clocking in, opening up the channel and clocking
I
in.
joined July 26th.
Okay, so yeah, like a month. Man, it seemed like you were so much more ahead of me when I joined in. I'm like, this girl already has it all. That's what it seemed like to me because I had literally never pushed a record button in my life on anything.
Oh,
Um,
I appreciate that, but
so
everyone can tell you're a natural at this.
oh,
Yeah, come on.
well,
Like, I don't know
okay.
what I'm doing either, if I'm being honest, but
We are figuring it out as we go, let me
yeah,
tell you.
that's
So
all.
so what happened was I started Carnivore and then I was like, it was accidental. And since you're members of my channel, most of you or Ellie's, you probably know already that story. So I'm not going to go real deep into that unless Ellie asks me later. I don't know what she's going to ask me later because she has some surprises up her sleeve for me. So stay tuned for that. But then I'm going to get to surprise her right back. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyways, I went carnivore and then it was like I gotta like get plugged into this carnivore community because I don't know anyone in real life and I'm putting myself out here and starting this YouTube channel. What the heck am I even doing? And so I feel like I need to reach out to some YouTubers and kind of my strategy or my thinking behind that was, well, if I reach out to a really big channel, like they're going to be too busy to talk to me. I need to like reach out to channels that are like ahead of me, bigger than mine, but not so big that they're just too busy for me. Ellie just seems like such a real person and such a nice person. And I really enjoyed her channel. And I thought, all right, I'm going to ask her if she wants to like jump on a, like a Zoom call or something. And we can get to know each other for like carnivore reasons and YouTube channel reasons. And she said, what'd you say, Ellie?
I was like, I thought the comment was so sweet, and I was a little taken aback by it, but I just had a good feeling about it, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. And so we got in contact with each other. I don't even remember, what did we use? Like Google Hangout or something like that? Like we didn't know anything about StreamYard or anything like that at the
Yeah, we
time.
didn't have StreamYard yet. I think we used Google Meet because I was familiar with that from teaching online. Like that's what we used when I was teaching online
I,
during the
I
pandemic.
think
So I think
so.
that's what we did.
Yeah, and it just kind of like clicked. We talked for 4 hours. when it was supposed to probably be like a 45-minute conversation, maybe. I don't know. Like
Yep.
so that was and I think the thing that really made us go like, huh? Like what? We both had the same idea for our Lioness Lifestyle show. But obviously it wasn't called that then. It was just what it we need more representation of the women's perspective just on the carnivore journey. We see a lot of live streams that we love with so many amazing men, but then sometimes you have a random female in there or there's just none. And we were
Hmm.
like, wouldn't it be nice to just have a little platform, if you want to, or a little show where they can come on and they can, talk about like their menstrual cycle and pregnancy and all that stuff and not feel like shame about it or feel uncomfortable. And like, so that we both had that idea and we were like,
Mm.
oh, okay, this seems like
Mm.
serendipity, whatever, or fate, whatever you want to call it. And then we just started like working like every single day together. I think we've worked every day since then. And I don't know the date of that or anything like that.
Yeah, we'd have to go back. I mean, that Instagram chat is still running, I think, right? It's like still the original one. We could go back and see what date that was. We'd be scrolling pretty far though, you
Yeah.
guys,
Mhm.
because especially in that first like month,
Mhm.
for sure, I think we've talked every day and worked on it
Yeah.
every day. But in that first month, it
All
was
day,
like
every day,
like
all
all
day.
day trying to get the format and the,
Mhm.
detail, just all the details, right? And then recruiting and all of that stuff. So yeah, I've just really enjoyed getting to know Ellie, and this is what's
Thank you.
good about the internet, right? Like she's in
Mhm.
Florida and I'm in California. We would never have
It's
met
like literally
otherwise.
opposite sides of the country.
Literally could not get any further. Well, I could move to Hawaii and then we'd be further apart, but
All right.
otherwise, I'm
You
pretty
win.
darn close to the Pacific Ocean, and you're pretty
Yeah,
close to the Atlantic, right? So
absolutely.
yeah, sea to shining sea, right? Apart, and here we are, really good friends. I hope I get to meet you in real life someday.
Me
And
too.
so when our channels, we got memberships around the same time, I was like, this is great. And I love all my members. And I think this is up to date. So I'm gonna put this up here while I'm talking about it. But I love all my members so much.
Oh my gosh,
There
so
you are,
do I.
Ellie, because you're a member of my channel.
I'm such a
You.
fan. I'm such a fan, Christy.
And so just wanted to say thank you. Quick shout out to all my members. But it's kind of like, it's we each just have a few members, right? Because we're both new at this
Mhm.
and we wanted to do a members only live and we enjoy working together. We're like, well, let's do it together and invite meeting wellness members, nourishment redacted members, and just kind of make it, combine it together. You guys are used to seeing us together anyway, right? Every Tuesday.
Yeah, every Tuesday.
So
I wanted
yeah.
to say hello to all the bacon buddies and the picanha pals and the butterflies and the redactivores. We love you all.
Awesome. Awesome.
Did I miss a tier? I must have missed a tier.
Yeah, wellness warriors. I have 3
Oh,
tiers. Well, I have
the
you're
wellness
a wellness
warriors.
warrior, Ellie. How
I
could
don't
you
even know
forget?
my own tier. Oops.
I don't either. I thought for like how long did it take you to come up with those names? Because it took me a long time. I mean, Picanha Pals
Mhm.
was a slam dunk.
Oh yeah.
If anyone in the comments, that's a slam dunk. But like the other ones, I was trying to think of like
Yeah.
something to do with like animal carnivore metaphors,
Like a
dens and
pun.
things. Yes, yes. And it was like it was
It had to be
failing. It was
punny.
failing bad. So then I was like, well, I love bacon. I talk about bacon in a lot of my videos. I was like, bacon
Yeah,
buddies. Okay, that's good. And then
absolutely.
wellness warrior. I'm like, that goes with my channel name. And then picanha
Yeah.
pals. So I just have alliteration. My theme for my channel member
Mhm.
names is alliteration. How about you, Ellie? Did it take you a while to come up with those?
Well, in the beginning of my channel, I knew that it was really important to have, when I had like, I don't know, 200 subscribers or something like that. I knew it was very
Uh-huh.
important to have a community. So I went to the community tab, which I don't think many people, I think it's getting used more and more as like we progress on this journey. But I had asked my subscribers for name ideas for our community, and they came up with redactivores, which is
I
so
remember
cool.
that.
So Yeah, that
I
was
was
really
watching
cool.
you when you did that. I remember that.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that was really fun. And so I stuck with, and I was like, okay, I knew the first tier had to be like that because that's OG. Like that is, us. And then
Mhm.
um I wanted some, because you could think of like so many things, with in regards to food, because that's what, carnivore diet is, and then all the benefits you get
Mhm.
from that food. But then I was like, butter, butterfly, and just kind of
Mm.
so yeah, so you can have a butterfly, which is a stick of butter with wings, and they change colors. And then the higher the tier, they become like silver and gold, and it's like all the beautiful gemmy colors. So
Super cool.
so yeah,
Super
that
cool.
just kind of came to me, honestly. Like so it was easy. I
Yeah, they're
also
really cute.
thank you. I had another tier, but then I decided I'm not big enough for that tier. I can't do it. And it was like beefcakes. So I'm gonna do the
Save that
beefcakes.
one. Keep
Yeah.
that one in your back pocket, and when your channel
Yep.
gets a little bigger,
Yeah.
yeah, then you gotta bust that out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
So
I
I will.
think our plan today was
Mhm.
to go back in time a little bit, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
scared. Be
It's
nice,
not that bad.
Ellie. Be nice.
I'm always nice to you.
I know you are. You are.
And you're
You
nice
are.
to me
Tell them.
too.
Yes. Tell them. Tell them what we did. Tell them what we have done.
Okay. So we thought it'd be fun to go back to the beginning, near the beginning of our channels, and we each picked two videos, and we are going to react to them because things have changed a lot, I think, for excuse me, a lot for both of us since the beginning of our channels. And we thought it'd be fun to see how we've grown and we've evolved, and maybe gained some skills. I don't know. So Mike, I have to put this comment up.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Beefcakes get to babysit your kids while you and Khan go out for steak. We would love that. My mom the other day, not to derail this too much, but my mom the other day was like, I want to work in so that you guys have some date nights. I'm like, yes, please. Where has this been? My daughter's almost 4. Like, come on. Come on, grandma. Let's do Am I asking too much? I don't know. But yeah, I agree.
But Mike says you got to give him the doggy bag from the dinner.
Oh, there won't be a doggy bag
I
if
was
it,
gonna
if it's
say if
my
I'm there,
husband.
there's not like if there's a
Mm-mm.
steak in front of me, there is no leftover steak. If it's a
Unless it's like
ribeye,
that. Mhm.
I ate a sirloin last night. Okay, I'm gonna take us a little further off the rails. Okay, you guys,
Why not?
why
I've
not?
got time.
I went to the grass-fed beef ranch last weekend and I bought a box. It was called a steak lovers box, which was a little bit of a misnomer because there wasn't only steaks in there.
Huh?
So the first thing I had from there was delicious. It was actually a roast. It was a rump roast and it was so good. And I'm like so sad that there was only one. And I wanna order like a box of like those grass-fed finished rump roast because that was some of the best meat I've had. Like that was legit. Like that was good.
Mm.
So then that was so good, and then it got eaten like there wasn't seconds or leftovers for me because I ate some, my son ate some, and then my husband was like, "That smells so good. Is some of that for me?" And I was like, "Whatever's left, you can have." So he polished it off. And I got a text like, "That was delicious." So there was none left. I had no leftover roast, and it was very sad. And so I went and got a sirloin because I don't usually buy sirloin, but it was like in this box, right? You don't get to pick what's in the box. You kind of
Okay.
do. You go up there and they show you 2 boxes, and they open them up and they go, which one do you want, right? And so it's like you can look
Mhm.
through them. You want this one or this one? So yeah, so I pulled out a sirloin, which is not something that I would buy, but it was normally, but it was in this box, and you guys, I mean, it was good, but it was not as good as the roast. And just had if has anyone had this was from a rancher, like a regeneratively farmed rancher. This was like
Mhm.
my first meat from there. And there's like the connective tissue a little bit like in the steak. That
Oh.
tasted like grass. Like it tasted like grass smells like wet grass. Like it
Mhm.
tasted like that. The meat didn't, but like the white stuff, the connective-y little pieces and parts or whatever, like
Yeah.
not gristle, like what's that stuff called? I don't know. That stuff. And I was like, that is the weirdest. I was like, whoa. It like tasted like the field smelled. I can't explain it. I was just like, this is cuckoo. Anyway, the steak part was pretty good, but it's sirloin. It's super lean, just super lean, right?
Okay.
So it didn't like, yes, Darth. Thank you. Thank you, Darth. I'm calling you Darth because you said the dark side. I know you said call you Charlie, but your handle is just so cool. I'm going to have to call you Darth sometimes.
And look at that,
Anyways,
his icon too. It's
right?
fantastic.
It's
So
amazing.
cool.
So, anyways, yes, lawnmower steak. Like it wasn't gross, but it was like it was weird. Like I was like, whoa, grass finished. Okay. It was like, yep, I
It
got
was,
that.
and this was the first time that you've tried grass finish.
Well, yeah, other than the
Fed
roast, which
finished.
didn't have any of
Mhm.
that connective
True.
tissue stuff in it. It was like
Mhm.
in the steak, sometimes it's in the steak between the little, you guys, I'm not a butcher. I don't know. In the steak, there's like this connective tissue, kind of like sinew, Mike, but whatever. Anyways, yes, Deb, see, I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. It will taste like grass. So the muscle meat part of it didn't have that. It wasn't overtly, right? But it was just very
Mhm.
lean. I do have a couple ribeyes, so I'm excited to taste those. They're small though, so I didn't make one tonight because I needed more than a half a pound. But anyway, I was really hungry after work. It was a day, you guys.
It
Yeah,
was a
Deb
day.
doesn't like grass finish. I mean, the jury is still out because that roast that I had that was some of the best meat I've had. Like that was good. Yeah,
Mhm.
but the steak was man, but I thought maybe it was because it was so lean and I couldn't believe that grassy flavor. Yeah, that was crazy.
So
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
we? Oh,
Anyway,
I agree. Oh, the fat. Do you want to start? Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
you start.
Okay.
You start.
So okay, so here's the options. How about that?
Okay. Give me
So
options.
how I know what I know about Christy and the types of videos that she does. Obviously, she's known for her live streams, which are like in-depth interviews. Didn't want to do an interview, it's probably too long.
Very
You could
long.
just go binge her interviews like I do. So to me, it's like Christy is an excellent, like she's so good at teaching. Like you're a good teacher. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like when I first saw your video, because after you messaged me, I was like, "Are you a teacher?" Like I could just kind of tell. You have a commanding presence, you're friendly, and you explain things very well, which I struggle with. So, um, I picked a video about your mental health, which I think is probably like your most important benefit that you've had in carnivore. And you also have been, even though you say you're not a good cook, you've been doing a lot of recipe videos. So I thought it'd be fun to do a recipe video too.
Okay. Okay.
So
We could talk
the
about
rest
that. And why in the heck am I doing recipe videos when I'm not known for my cooking skills? Let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
so I was thinking, why don't we do light first, and
Okay.
then we can go into like all the deep stuff.
Okay.
So let me see if I do this right. Present. So I
Hopefully it's not too
picked,
glitchy, you guys. Sometimes when you do this,
yeah.
we'll
So
see.
can you see it? There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I picked the carnivore beef bone broth because I had no idea. I remember back then I didn't know how to make bone broth, and I had
Mhm.
watched your video and I was like, this is so cool, and I love how you flip it over. Okay, we're just gonna watch it. So I just
And I
click
have a
play.
story about that thumbnail. Don't let me forget to tell you a story about that thumbnail. You guys will be shocked. You won't believe it.
Hey everybody, as you can see,
Hi,
I'm still in
Christy.
my sprinting garb. And that's
Sprinting.
because before I really finish getting ready for the day, I'm gonna put in a batch of my homemade bone broth.
Mhm.
I
You look so
started making
professional.
homemade bone broth
Everything's
for
all
a few
lined up.
reasons. One of those is the health benefits from the homemade versus the store-bought.
True.
So in the homemade bone
Very true.
broth, you're gonna get a lot more of the collagen and
She's teaching
gelatin.
us.
Oh, that's my cat, you guys. Pixel.
She
No,
almost
she's
knocked
gonna
over my
knock the tripod
tripod.
over.
She does that
Okay,
a
she's gonna
lot.
walk away, I hope.
It's
Whenever I
because it's
video,
her
she
show. She's
thinks
like,
it's
Mom, you're not
for
pointing it
her.
at me.
Anyways,
Uh-huh.
the collagen content is going to be much higher, which is something that I am looking for the skin, the nails, all of those benefits from collagen, as well as the gelatin. If you're going to use this bone broth as a base for other
Look at
things,
my
there's
guns, you guys. Sorry.
I know you look fantastic. I was gonna ask you a
That was
question.
before I put on the extra 15 pounds. So I'm sure those muscles are still under there. I've just started
Absolutely.
putting on weight. So I know they're under there somewhere. Maybe the fat will
look-
come back off.
You look fantastic, Christy. You look fantastic. Girl,
Thank you.
but I'll show you my chicken wings. We don't need to go
Okay.
there. So
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, oh dang it. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say
I don't know.
when you were
Sorry.
talking about the benefits of collagen. Have you felt like since making more of your own bone broth, are you having like is it better for your hair? Like you're having better hair, basically?
Yeah. So when I first started Carnivore, and I think I told you about this, Ellie, and I debated making a
Mhm.
video about it, and I didn't do it. Actually didn't do it, which
Yeah,
is
I remember.
shocking. But yeah, I didn't do it. And so I know it's not because of Carnivore. I know it's because of the drastic diet change. I would say that I lost like half my hair.
Mhm.
So my hair is very fine, but it is what it was very thick. So because it was so thick, you can't really tell too much, but a bunch of my hair fell out. But I do feel like but now it's growing back. So like in my part, there's like all these little sprouty hairs that are kind of like sticking up
Mhm.
all day, and I'm always trying to tame them, and then it's like filling in the hairline. So, I mean, the
Okay.
jury is still out, but I'm hoping that that hair that's coming back, is going to be good quality because I have been putting that collagen in. I don't know if I do it enough. I probably drink bone broth twice a week. Some people do it every day, but I don't have enough bones to make bone broth. I'd have to go buy bones. You know what I'm saying? To get enough
Yeah,
bones
I
to
don't
drink
drink
it every day.
I don't drink bone broth nearly as often. It's like every couple of months for me personally.
Okay.
So I definitely am interested. Oh, my
higher
baby
gelatin
girl's in here.
content.
Let me mute.
There's also a lot more of the minerals and the calcium and things from the bones that you're going to get. You can also control the quality of the bones that you choose. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I love ribeye, and I do
True
eat
Is this still
story.
several
true?
I just
ribeyes
ate
a
one.
week, but I
Oh
cannot
yeah,
true.
afford to
I
pay
just ate a
full
pound of
price for a
ribeye right before
ribeye.
this.
I do look for it on sale,
Just being
and then
true
I
to
have
your
a
old
chest
self.
freezer in my garage, which I
Mhm.
fill up with as much ribeye as it will hold when it goes on sale for around $6.99 a pound. But that is just the
Can't
ribeye
wait.
from my regular grocery
Memorial
store.
Day, it's gonna do that.
And
$6.99 a
that's the
pound.
bones I'm going to use today.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
waiting.
next
I'm
month,
waiting.
I will be visiting a grass-fed beef ranch,
Oh
and
yeah, that was cool.
some of my family members and I are going to share a half a cow. So I'm really looking
Look
forward
how
to
long
getting
ago
bones
that
from
was, and I
that.
still don't have my
The
half a
grass-fed
cow.
bones.
I
You can
know,
Guys,
also
I'm still
just
waiting.
purchase the grass-fed bones, but these bones I already have from the ribeyes that I already eat, and so
I
I
have
save
so many
them.
bones in my freezer that
You
I've
can
saved
see I've
up.
just put
I
them
have
in a bag
lamb
here, and I
bones, I
just
have
freeze them.
chicken
So every
bones,
time
and
I
then I
make a
have
ribeye,
I think that's the
I
only thing
stick
I
the
have. I don't
bone
think I
in
have beef
my
bones, but
bone bag
oh
and
no, I
freeze
do have
it,
beef
and
bones.
then
My
when I'm
husband
out
got me
of bone
some. I
broth, I
still have
pull
my
that
beef
out
bones,
and I make
so
another
I
batch.
need to do this.
So when you buy bone broth at the store, most of the time you're not going to get the same nutrients or the same consistency. My bone broth, I'm out right now, or I'd show you. I put it in another video.
You taught me how to do this,
I wanted to
Ellie.
show you.
This
My
is
bone
a la Ellie.
is thick like
Oh,
Jello.
showing the
Sometimes
second
even
clip.
when you turn the jar
Yep.
upside down, it won't even fall.
That's
So
what I
it
wanted.
won't
I
even
was
fall
like,
towards the lid,
yes.
or if it does, it falls like in
Yes.
a chunk. It doesn't. It's not liquid, so it's
I did
practically a
used to do that
solid.
a lot.
There's also
Having
a good
you in
amount
the
of
little
fat in
corner.
there. Now, I've heard some
Mhm.
other people drain that fat off and use that fat in other ways.
They do, but not me. I drink it.
That's what I
I
do.
drink
Good.
all that fat.
Stay there when I reheat it.
Fativores.
Yes.
It just kind of mixes in, and I drink it. So either way, guys,
Yeah,
I'm sure
old
it's
Christy.
great.
Older Christy.
I will
That
say that I
past
do
Christy,
normally
what
put
do we
salt
say?
in my
Past
bone
Christy?
broth. So the salt that I would normally use is my Redmond's real salt. I would use about a
You still
tablespoon
use
in a
Redmond's?
batch.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I think I'm on my third bag that size, you
One,
guys.
I want to let my
Nice.
cat Pixel, who just about destroyed this
Still
video
waiting
a
for-
second ago,
No,
try some of this.
I
And
literally
good.
drink
don't
salt
want to have
water
too
in the
much
morning,
salt in
girl.
there for
It's-
my
Yeah.
feline friend. And I figure I can just salt to taste later as needed. Another reason is I pulled out my that's my timer for my picanha, you guys.
Oh,
Well,
That's what
come on,
Ellie.
where is it?
I said
I think we got that
picanha.
timer problem fixed.
I
My
almost
oven
picked your
can sometimes
picanha
be,
video, but then I was like,
finicky,
we're just
and
gonna
I
talk
do
about
have a
picanha the
double
whole time.
oven,
They're
so
tired of it,
sometimes
bro.
I've got two at the same time, and it's tricky. So these are my Keto Chow Daily Minerals.
Oh, you know
And
what?
these taste so
She's
gross.
looking fertile.
But there's so much
Love
good
this.
stuff in here. So there's chloride, magnesium, boron, copper, iodine, chromium, potassium,
So
zinc,
yeah, I did
magnesium,
sprint and then I
selenium,
made bone broth and a
and
picanha at the same time. So I had to put Mike's comment up. You're not wrong, Mike.
Molly.
That's when
That
I'm
is
Aluminum,
alive
I
and
don't even know
doing
what that
stuff is
but
like
it's in
early
here.
in the morning. Then later I
And
go hibernate on the
also
couch for a while
has, some
and chill
sodium.
out. And that's when I do all my YouTube watching.
The thing that I discovered with this is I do like getting the minerals, but I have not found a way to make it palatable. So when I put it in just plain water
I don't have a cup.
and try to drink it, I can barely put any in. And a dose is like about a tablespoon, and I'm getting it such a small
This is a good
fraction
tip
of that,
though, if you need to use up those keto chow minerals, because it's
then
the
it
only
tastes
way I
really
found that
bad.
it's
So
that
what
I can
found is
stomach
if I
them.
put this in with my bone broth,
It does work in the bone broth.
that dose in
I've
the
never
bone
tried
broth,
them.
and it
I
doesn't
don't
taste
supplement.
gross. It just
I
makes
don't
the
do
bone
any
broth
like
salty. So
electrolytes
I
or anything
figured,
like that.
why
I
not
probably
use
should.
this instead in each bone broth as I drink it? So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that, and then that way I don't overwhelm my cat with too much salt, and I can get my daily minerals.
Pixel tried this
All
broth.
right,
She
so
sniffed it and was like,
the thing that I'm gonna put in my bone broth are the steak bones that
Next
I showed
time,
you.
didn't like it.
Do better.
And I'm gonna put in this.
Yeah,
do
better. Yeah.
Tablespoons of this
Pixel's a little
Bragg's
not
sassy.
to her.
vinegar. And this
She is
with
sassy.
some
She's a
other.
lot sassy.
So I started shaking it. I was going
Yeah.
to show you guys. You probably can't
I
see now
love
because
her. I
I
want
did
to meet
start
her
shaking
one
it.
day.
This
I wanna
will
mush
settle
her.
out,
Whoosh, whoosh.
and you need to shake
I don't
it
know where she is. She's
fairly
around here.
well.
She
to
was
get it to
here
mix. If you
pre-show.
forget to do that,
I got to see
you're
her.
missing all the good stuff that's going to settle out. So you need to shake this quite a bit. Okay. And I'm going to take my bag of steak bones. This is not measured at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just however many ribeyes I ate. Dump them in.
I'm going
How many
to
ribeyes
just
do
put
you
them
think that
into
is?
my Instant Pot.
A lot of ribeye. To be fair, I probably
Put them
only ate
all
about 2/3 of
in
those,
there.
and my husband ate the other third.
Okay.
Because I buy them in packs of 2,
I'm
and
going
probably
to grab my
like
measure. Now I don't have a
a
clean tablespoon.
good part of the
measure,
time
but
he'll
this
eat
is
the
a half
other
a
one.
tablespoon. So I'm going to do 4 half tablespoons, which is.
Sometimes I tell him lay off.
Yes,
I know
I'm a
there's
math
2 ribeyes
teacher.
there, but you stay away.
I know. It's like you
But
could
I
eat
usually
something else.
share. I usually share.
That's good. My husband will buy like the big ribeye thing, the roast or whatever it's called, and he'll just be
Now,
like, "This
the
is
reason for
mine."
the
It's like
vinegar
3/4
is
of it,
the
and then I'll
acid
get
in the vinegar
like,
actually
just
helps
rude.
to leach out or pull out
He
more
needs
of
it
the
more than I
minerals
do.
and collagen from those bones. So that's why I add that in there. I do not add any vegetables, but again, when you make
no
your own bone
vegetables.
broth, you can control those. So
What's a
if you
vegetable?
do a few vegetables like onions or things like that within your
What?
diet, you can obviously
I
add
mean,
them
if
in.
you
will
want
know
to, but
exactly what
that's
is
not
going
for
in
me. I was
your bone
very.
broth, which is another reason I decided to make my own.
What is that
Okay,
word
I've
I'm looking
already
for?
got some water here. This about 4
I was
cups.
nice to
It's
them
not
if
gonna
they
be
wanted to
enough,
add
but I just
vegetables.
had
They
it
could.
pre-done.
Up to them, but I'm not going to do that.
So I'm gonna get some
It takes
more.
quite a bit of water.
Okay, so when you're putting the water in the Instant Pot, you just don't
That
want
is
to
a
go
to the
big
line.
measuring
to,
cup.
past the max.
Yeah,
flow
it holds
line.
like 4 cups plus.
So I don't usually measure all the water
It
out. I
measures
just
up
fill
to
it
4
up with
cups, but
whatever
then it
bones
holds
are in
like
there,
half
because that's
that.
gonna make a difference
Yeah.
on how high that fill line is.
I don't even own a,
So I
a
just
glass
fill it up
measuring cup
to
like
that
that.
max fill line.
My
That
grandma
one I don't
came
use
over.
very much.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
because
and
my
in
grandma
this
came over
case,
and
that
she's
was
like, "Do you have a
probably a
measuring, like,
total
a
of
Pyrex?" And I was like, "No," and she
10
gave
cups
me
of
the
water that I
weirdest
was able
looks.
to get in there,
Oh,
but it depends on the amount of bones. Now, why am I using
I
my
love my
Instant
grandma.
Pot?
She's fun.
Because it's faster. So you can do this in a
She's
slow cooker or even on the
my
stove.
grandma.
I
So
personally
she
don't
stayed
feel
with me for
comfortable
2
leaving my
weeks. You know,
stove
she's
with a
82 years
fire,
old.
a flame
I
on
want to
for
be with her as much as I
24 hours
can.
while I'm sleeping,
You know,
all of that
she moved
stuff.
out of
A
state
slow
for personal
cooker is a
reasons, but she's
great
going to be coming
method
back
if you don't
soon.
have an
And
Instant Pot.
I told her, I said,
personally have
"Grandma,
not done that just because
you
I
are
do have an
eating and
Instant
drinking
Pot.
too much sugar. You
But
need
I
to
heard you
stop."
can do
And
it in a
she
slow
she
cooker
looked
for
at me and said,
24 hours,
"I'm a
and you still
horse.
get that nice
Take me out
gelatinous
back and
consistency.
shoot me if you
In
take
my
away my
Instant
sugar."
Pot,
And I was
this is
like,
going to take about 4
Whoa.
hours. And I will tell you,
intense.
this
She's
is a
sassy.
handy tip. The first time I did this, I put it
She
for
can
3
feed.
hours.
I've
and
heard that. Dr.
everything was
Boz
good,
says
but
to
the
do
bones
that.
were
That's
still
just, I
kind
can't
of,
do it, Ellie. The
hard.
little
When you
nails in the
put it
chicken feet, I
for
can't
4
do it.
hours, it definitely
My
starts
bone
to
broth is plenty
force it.
gelatinous.
I feel like I'm getting
can't
a
do
little
it.
more of them, but when you do the pressure release at the end of those 4
Do you
hours,
always use
I
the
do
pressure
notice
cooker
an
when you make
odor.
it?
I think
Yeah,
it's because
because
the bones are
the
like
slow cooker is
literally
going to take a
breaking
day.
down.
It's too
so
long. And
today
then
when
on the
I
stove, it's
release the
same, but I
pressure
don't
on
want to
this,
leave my
I'm gonna do
fire,
that
like my gas stove
outside
just on
just
for a
because
day.
it's kind of a weird odor. Now
Yeah.
the
I have to
broth
go to
doesn't have a
work.
weird odor.
I'm
The
not going to
broth
leave it
true.
on
does
like
not
that,
have
you
a weird
know?
odor, and it
Yeah.
tastes
Like,
delicious.
oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I
And
think
it
I left the
definitely
stove
gets
on.
that
Let me
gelatinous
Yeah, I
consistency.
see.
know.
The Instant
But
Pot does a great
just
job.
to avoid having my house smell that way, I'm going to take that outside. When I did 3 hours, I did not notice that odor. So that's up to you to decide your amount of time that you want to do on that. Okay, so I'm
learning
gonna
so much today.
go ahead and
Yeah,
put
the
top
3
on this
hours, it
Instant
won't
Pot.
have an
I will
odor,
set
but
it
the
for
4
4
hours, the bones start
hours.
to get a little mushier. So I feel like it's
And
really breaking
then
down
when
those
that is
bones.
done,
So I always do it for 4 hours. But this is good to know. Yes, Susie, the chicken feet are a good add-in. I mean, I've heard it. It just grosses me out. But
okay,
pork
there we
cock,
go.
I've only
And
ever done
my
well, I've done
Instant Pot
chicken.
actually
I've done
has
a
a
like I
soup or
think
broth,
once I did chicken
button.
chicken
And
broth.
when I push it, it goes
Generally,
for
I
4
eat
That's really
hours.
ribeye, so it's
So that's pretty much
beef.
what I do.
Yeah, I've never
And
tried
then
pork.
that'll start up in a second.
Oh my gosh, 3
So
days.
when
See,
I'm
this is why I
done,
don't do it, Deb. This is why. It's
what
too
I do,
long.
I can
I've never
find
done it
my-
that long.
days.
have this out and
My
ready.
mom did some in the slow cooker, but she didn't do it for
Okay,
3
well,
days.
I
She
will
did it
find
for a
But I
day.
have a mesh
Yeah, I did it one
strainer.
day.
So some people do
Yeah.
like cheesecloth or whatever to
I
strain.
need to
their
get some
bone broth.
cheesecloth.
I just bought a fine
Yeah, it
weave
helps.
mesh strainer, which I'm going to use to strain this when it's done. And you can see that I have
How does it
all
feel
of
watching
my,
yourself
mason
with
jars
other people
ready
watching
right
you?
here.
It's
I have 10
weird
of them
because
out
I'm like,
in the
I
freezer,
wonder like
to pour
I'm
that
like, why did I
into
do this in
once
my
this is
workout
done.
clothes?
So
Because
when this is
whatever, I
done,
didn't
I'll
care.
show you
Carnivore
all my
confidence,
jars
that's why.
of delicious
I think
bone
you
broth.
look cute.
Hey
Oh,
everybody!
thanks.
As you can see, it has been
Magic.
4 hours and a little
Woo.
bit more. I quick released the pressure on my Instant
That's like the
Pot,
Christy
and
classic
then
shirt.
I used
It is.
my,
I love that
I would
picture.
find it,
And I don't look like
my
that
fine mesh
anymore.
strainer to strain
you
all of the
mean?
bones and pieces out.
You look better now.
I strain that into a big container that's glass.
Well, I love that
has
shirt,
like a
and it
pour spout, so
matches
I
my
strain it
brand.
into that.
So
Yeah.
my
And
teal.
then
I love teal, you
pour
guys.
it into my
Yeah,
In case you
maybe
couldn't
mason
tell.
jars here. These are pint-sized mason jars.
Nice pun.
I
Oh my
wanted
gosh,
to
my
put in
throat.
the
Teal.
one for you.
Hey,
This
Ellie,
one's pretty
pause
good.
the
I don't know
video.
if you
Come here,
can
Zach.
see that because it's still warm.
Duck, dude. There you go. There's Zach.
Hello.
Say hi to all my members and Ellie's members and Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi.
Hi, Ellie's members. Hi, Chrissy's members.
Tell them what you're going to do with me. I don't exactly know when. Probably this week because we're off school.
I am going to go live with her.
Yeah, I have to watch. I'm so
And
excited to hear how you're doing, and I'm really proud of you, Zach. You're doing great.
And what?
You're doing great, I think, with the going carnivore.
Oh, he can't hear you because I have my
Oh.
headphones in.
Tell
So
him,
I will
translate.
translate. She's really proud of you and you're doing great going carnivore.
Mhm.
And she's really proud of you and she can't wait to see all your progress and she's definitely going to watch that one.
Yeah.
Did I get it all? That's what she said,
Yep.
right? I forgot I had
Yep.
my headphones in so he couldn't hear you. Yep. She
He's
said,
like,
yep,
"What?"
that's what she said.
He couldn't
I
read
was
my
very
lips.
confused. 'Cause all I knew was just you just said and what.
So anyways, I told him when he came home from school that I'd be doing this live stream and he should come say hello and make that announcement. Carnivore son of the future. And Darth Carnivore says awesome. And Mike Shaw TV says yay.
We love carnivore kids.
Warm, but the fat
Okay.
is
Hold
starting
on.
to
My
rise
son
to the
needs me to
top.
tell
There's
him
a
some
good
things.
1/4 inch of
Oh,
fat
okay. I'll keep playing.
on the top of that one. They're not all the same on the fat content. It kind of depends on when it gets poured out of there. The earlier ones tend to have more fat
It's
on
like they're
there
related or something.
that rises to the top, but they all taste
Very weird.
delicious.
I think it's a
The
conspiracy
reason
theory.
that the jars are not all the
Should we
way
take out the
full is
tinfoil
I am
hat?
going to freeze those, and I don't want them to explode. So I don't like measure
Yeah, I'm in
each
control.
one,
This
but
is
you
not
can
good.
see they're about
Put that
maybe
away.
2/3 to 3/4 of the way full. With broth, I will let them finish cooling a little bit more. I will put
I
them
wish
in the
Christy would come over to my
refrigerator
house and make me
first,
bone broth.
and then I will keep 1 or 2 in
I
there
have
and
made so much
freeze the
bone broth.
rest.
It's easy now. It's
I
like
did
automatic.
get about
Yeah.
9
But I
jars
need
of
the
broth out of
cheesecloth.
that
It
batch, and
strains
that will last
well
me 3
enough.
weeks or so. I
But,
don't drink
you know,
broth
it's
every
not-
single day.
It's fine.
I take it to work with
But
me
yeah,
2
if you
or
use
3 days a
cheesecloth, it would
week,
really get the last
and
of
I
that
drink
stuff
it
out of
during
there.
my lunchtime
bye,
with
Susie.
a couple of hard-boiled eggs.
Oh,
So
good
that's how I
night.
use it.
Thanks for coming.
Every single product I
So
use
weird.
from
So
the,
weird, Mike.
from the Instant
Yeah, I
Pot
commented
to
on
the
that.
strainer to
Oh,
the
I missed
mason
it.
jars,
Sorry.
Oh,
all
good.
that good
Good. I was
stuff,
being
the,
weird.
The,
I was
the
like, I thought they were
minerals that I
related
showed
or
you
something.
earlier. I'm going to link those
Nice. I
down in the
said
odd.
description. The salt as
leave it
well,
tinfoil
because
hat.
you're not
It's
going to
like
feed it into your cat, or
conspiracy.
if
I
you
don't
happen to
know.
know that salt is fine
Weird.
for cats and you want to put it in there, I'll put in the salt that I use. I use that salt all the time, and it's great. So if you enjoyed this video, please like,
Bone
please
broth
subscribe. It would really
bros.
help me out. And I hope
Yes.
that you give homemade bone
That's
broth a
awesome.
try. I don't always do
Mike's so
things
good
the
at coming up
homemade
with
way
ideas.
because
He's
I'm
an idea
Yes,
factory.
I
maybe a
know.
touch
He's
lazy,
the idea
maybe
man.
a
I told
lot
him. He's the
busy,
idea man.
but
Didn't
this
I
is
tell you that,
something that
Mike?
I really find
Idea man. He's good at it.
value in.
I'll message
He's
him
a-
sometime
I'm
and be
gonna
like,
go
Mike,
meet
I need an
some
idea for
wellness,
this.
one
And he gives me
delicious
one.
batch of bone
Yeah, he's
broth
awesome because
at a
he's an
time.
ENFP and he uses extroverted intuition, and so they're idea factories. He's like my husband, very similar. Always.
Oh, you are
So-
speaking things I do not fully understand. Talk to me about my tagline, Ellie. Tell me about my tagline.
Your tagline is the way you end every video.
It's the way I end. I don't end my
Yeah,
life. I've been thinking about ending my lives that way too. I don't do
should.
it now. Should I do
I-
that? What do you think, guys?
Mhm.
In the chat, do you agree with Ellie? I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
you
meet some
should.
wellness, one insert whatever the heck I was talking about here at a time.
Yeah, I do. I really like your tagline. I think it sticks in your brain. You're like, okay, this is Christy. This is meeting wellness. It's like it's
Mhm.
consistent throughout. Like I think every video you've done so far. Did you start it in the very, very beginning?
No, I think, well, maybe. I mean, it was pretty darn close because it was one of the things. So when I started my channel, it was like, I knew it was going to stink. I knew they were not going to be good. Oh my gosh. I think I went through 3 or 4 different editing programs. All of them were fails. I was recording in way too high of a quality because somebody on YouTube that I was trying to look up information on how to do this. And they were like, yeah, just record on the highest quality. Well, then it wouldn't like upload into the editor.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't fit. And I was like,
remember
ah,
that.
so frustrating. And so, yeah, and then all the editors were super complicated and whatever. So it was like, whatever it is, it is. And then I know it's going to stink and there's going to be a million things to improve. And then I'm going to pick one thing to improve. Right. And then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to focus on improving a million things, just one thing, make it better in that one way. And then just kind of try to do that every time you put a video out. That was what I tried to do. And I thought a tagline would help. So I don't exactly know, but it was very early on. I'd have to go back and watch, video 1 and 2 and see if it's in there. I really don't remember now. But I know it was really early.
I remember it being like the first time really hearing it was when you were doing your ABCs of Carnivore during the shorts.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's really good. Especially in the shorter format. That's really great because then you hear it more.
You do hear it more. I didn't do it every time because sometimes I was pushing up on that 60 seconds. You know what I mean? On a short, you got to like cut it off. If it's 61 seconds, it will not upload as a short. But yeah, if I had time to say it, I would totally say it at the end of that was a fun series. I enjoy doing that. I want to do something similar and I haven't hit on a winner yet. But
I feel like it kind of connects like your carnivore and your teaching background.
Right.
So
Exactly,
it was
right.
I liked it. Yeah.
Hey, will you put up that thumbnail again? Thank you for saying teaching background. Just the
let's talk about
thumbnail
it.
of the video you just showed. Like rewind to the beginning and then just like, I just want to tell you guys something. You probably will not realize this. I bet nobody knows this. I know Ellie doesn't know. I don't think she knows. And I don't think any of you know, even though like Mike Shaw, I've known you for a long time now.
Here, let me see. One moment. Nope. I don't want to spoil the other one.
Just yeah.
Tell me
just
about
the
it.
thumb. Okay. So do you see the picture of me there to the right? Notice I'm not in that teal shirt because this is an earlier picture of me.
Mhm.
And my teacher Bestie took that picture. Do you know why she took that picture? Because my channel was not originally just my channel. It was both of us.
No way.
It was 2 teachers. You know that I talk about her and how she's like meat-based keto and she's lost like over 60 pounds and she looks fantastic. And she's just doing awesome. And the last 20 had to do with when I got my Dr. Berry education and learned about like, especially all the little hidden like dextrose and like all the hidden stuff. And I told her about that and she became a label reading queen because of that. And then that's when she was able to lose the last 20. Like that's how she took off the last 20. And she's like, thank you so much for teaching me that, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, yeah, we started the channel together. And she quit very quickly. She
Oh
said,
my
this just
gosh.
isn't me. This just isn't, I just can't, like, I'm just can't do these videos. I still have about 3 of her videos that are just like privated on my channel. Hmm
I was gonna
They were
say,
public for like a couple days. Hmm
I'm gonna
Yep.
need you're gonna have to send me a sneaky unlisted link.
Yes,
And
I'll
I'll
send
look
you an
it up.
unlisted link. I don't think she would mind if I did that, but yeah, she just couldn't. She was like, "This just isn't me." I tried, She was good at it, She got nervous because I'm carnivore and she's keto, and she was doing things that weren't totally like for example, she switched from sugar creamer, coffee creamer with sugar in it to sugar-free creamer. So she made a video about that. Well, clearly she knows that those aren't like the cleanest ingredients, but what she was talking about was the 1% better every day, right? The improving.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. She was worried about that. She was worried about I'm carnivore, she's keto, so she's going to get hate for that. And I'm like, no.
No.
It's showing like 2 points of view and proper human diet. But yeah, and I think mostly it was just her personality wasn't, I don't know, she just didn't feel real comfortable.
Well,
She was
you know what?
anxious about a lot of things with it. So I just unlisted or privated or whatever, all of the ones that I was showing her how to do it. Like I went to her house, we sat there for like 3 hours. And in that 3 hours is when that picture was taken.
Wow. You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here. It was supposed to be a duo. We were supposed to be a duo.
Holy moly, that's so cool. I didn't know you were going to share that today.
Surprise!
I feel good. I think that's really cool.
Yep.
Nice. Well,
I
now we
wanted to bring
know.
her with me because I love her. She's like my sister. Like I love her. She's like my big sister because she's 10 years older than I am. Right. And so I feel like she's like my big sister, and I've known her for as long as I've been teaching. She was already teaching. When I started teaching in 2000, she was at that school teaching. So I've known her since then. I'm not as well, obviously. Now that she teaches my grade level, we're like really best friends. But yeah.
You know what that means, right? You're going to have to bring her on your channel.
I'm hoping she'll come on Lioness.
I would love that.
She's a lioness. She eats meat-based keto. She's awesome. And she's lost a ton of weight and she's so happy and healthy and like she's trying to reverse her osteopenia, you guys. So stay tuned. She's been doing it for over a year, but her doctor wouldn't do a bone. Her doctor said you got to wait 2 years to do the bone scan. And she didn't want to pay out of pocket for a bone scan. So
Sure.
we'll find out. I'm like, come on, osteopenia, get out of here. We're hoping for that for her.
So.
But anyway.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Christy.
Yeah.
So that wasn't scary, right?
No, that was fun.
Okay, good.
Okay. That was
Now
a good
I'm
one too. A lot of people are like talking about, there was like a little time period, like it was about a month ago, maybe all of a sudden everyone was talking about my bone broth again. And people were saying like, Brett, like who's your carnivore, was like, Christy has this bone broth video and everyone has to go watch it.
Oh, that's so
yeah, I
sweet.
kind of like had a resurgence there for a minute. Oh, that's good to know. Yes. I'm thinking, so they have a DEXA scan at KetoCon, but I know you have to sign up really quickly. Yeah, when you go to KetoCon, they have one there, but like I think it fills up like quick. You have to jump on it, like sign up for it. Okay. I mean, you have to pay, but it's right there, right? You're already there anyway. You might as well hop in the DEXA scan. So I might try to do that when I'm there. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen now. She's nervous. Okay, so we'll do this kind of the same thing. So this one was not totally lighthearted, but there's a question in here. Something came up in this, and I was like, I need to ask Ellie more about that. Okay,
let's do it.
So this is the one I picked.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. This was chaotic.
Go.
All right, so I had this idea in my.
You might need to raise the volume a little bit.
Let me go do that.
Hi everybody. Welcome back.
There's Con.
To Meat Mania. Today,
Sick edition.
we're gonna egg it out because we can.
Get it, kids? Okay, so
This
I
is
had
like
this
a-
idea about making like.
This is a vlog, like in its true essence. This is like home video. This is so embarrassing.
Shopping, but I refuse to send my husband away because then I'll be alone with the children.
It's true.
Exactly.
Baby screaming in the
Why is this
background.
entertaining?
Chaos.
This is a million
Oh my
views.
god, I'm getting sweaty.
Okay, so this is just what we have. Yellowfin tuna and olive oil. It's back from our prepping days.
Okay, that right there is why I picked this video. I was like, back in your what? What did you just say, Ellie? Back in your what? I need more. I'm
It's
going to
the-
quote Ellie. I need all the juicy details, Ellie.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's not, I don't think it's that interesting, but maybe you would think it is. I have to take off my fuzzy socks because I'm all embarrassed now.
No, because this was great because your family was sick and you did the best you could
Yeah.
for your family in that moment. And
Mhm.
you did a great job. But
Thank
back
you.
in your what, Ellie? I was like,
My
what?
prepping days.
Yes,
Okay,
your prepping
so
days. I
in
must
the
hear.
height of the pandemic,
Hmm.
we knew about things a little sooner because my husband was like keeping tabs on China and like Reddit, or not Reddit, 4chan boards and stuff like that. So we knew several months before that something was coming. So my husband was that weirdo wearing the full-on like mask, like a P. What was it? I don't remember the
Yeah.
some-
P90s.
or
Was it
something like that.
I don't know what it was. Yeah, with the
So
number though. Yeah.
So like the whole country kind of knew around that March time. We were doing things like December. I was pregnant with my first daughter
Mm.
and we were freaking out and nobody believed us. They're like, "What are you talking about? That's not happening." And it was like, so my husband was literally like, gathering canned supplies and water and like going to Costco.
Toilet paper?
and
Did he gather toilet paper
I
before
think,
the
yeah, we were
shortage?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
See, my husband's very good about like percentages and he's very analytical and he looks
Mhm.
at trends and he's very good. My channel would be much better if he helped me with it, but I don't want him to. I will struggle
No.
on my own.
Not that okay. This is not a knock on him because he's awesome. I've met him. I mean, online I've met him. But your channel is Ellie. Like if he
Yeah.
helped you, it wouldn't
Mhm.
be Ellie anymore. It would be
That's true.
Khan. And not that that would be bad, but it wouldn't be you, which is what we love
appreciate
about your channel. Like, yeah. Okay, sorry. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So yeah, we just stocked up on like I don't know, 50 pounds of rice. We weren't eating, carnivore or keto back then. It was struggle town,
Mhm.
and yeah, so we had the heads up and we just stocked up. And then these were like the last few things
Hmm.
from our prepping days. Was that as
That
fun as you thought?
That's aw no, that is a great story because it brings me back to that time when the
Mhm.
shelves were bare. I remember going to weird
It's
stores to
scary.
try to get canned things so that I would have enough stuff because it was scary. Like when it hit, it was
was.
scary. So I remember I was at like the Dollar Tree, like looking through because they did have some cans left on their shelves and stuff like that. And then I
Mhm.
remember at one point, like we've never run out of toilet paper, but it was because I made finding toilet paper like a full-time job. Like I
Oh,
was buying
wow.
toilet paper from the like medical supply stores and like
Okay.
Depot and like random places where people don't usually buy toilet paper. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we ran out, but I would get these from just super random. And then I would be like on the lookout if it came in stock on Amazon or like it was like a second, like it was a part-time job. Like it was a second job. Like I was on it.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
believe
it left
that.
up to my husband, we totally would have run out because I was every day. And I didn't care if we already had some.
Wow.
Like there's none on the shelves. I would go for weeks and not find any anywhere. You know
It
what I mean?
was a really scary time. I was
Yeah.
pregnant with my first daughter. We literally thought like the world was going to be like burning because in some places it actually was. And I remember that we bought like from Costco, we bought like at least 3 years worth of toilet paper, but much earlier than
Yeah. So
everybody
you were
else.
good.
So
You were good. You were,
yeah,
you had it covered.
so
Yeah.
we weren't, like over because that was like a thing. Like don't overbuy and take something from someone else. Like we did it like in January,
Mhm.
buying toilet paper and all that stuff. Oh, I like that. I switched toilet paper brand
Well,
loyalty
because you
during the
don't
pandemic.
care
Yeah.
anymore. When you just get what you get. Like I remember once for like paper towels, we had like
Mhm.
the worst Like they were the worst, but they were paper towels. I was like, okay, because my husband goes through about 1.5 million. It's like really bad for the earth. But anyway,
Yeah. I switched. You want to hear bad for the earth? I switched to cloth diapers.
Ooh,
So I do
that
cloth. I
hurts.
don't know if you guys know that, but
That hurts, Ellie. I did know that, but
yeah. So I do cloth diapers, and oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you knew early.
it's like I
Yeah.
know. Okay, here's the thing. I knew, but the reality didn't hit me because it
Yeah.
didn't hit here yet. It's like you knew, but it was like over
Mhm.
there. And like if you sat there for a second and put 2 and 2 together, it was obviously coming here. But you know what I'm saying? It like didn't, I don't know, like I didn't think ahead. I didn't think that far ahead. It just, yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't use my brain.
Put Mike's comment up. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I know. When the zombies are coming, you want the quicker picker upper. Yes, because you got to clean up all the rotten
Yeah.
zombie things.
Yeah, I
That's funny.
switched to like that's when I switched to no more disposable anything. Like I was doing I still do it. Cloth napkins, towels for everything.
Mhm.
I mean, we haven't switched to like reusable toilet, like we don't like shower ourselves. Like we use toilet paper in that sense. But I don't know. I still have this like I don't like using paper plates. I just don't like adding to
Yeah.
that waste. But then, there were several months where I did use disposable diapers and we still use them at night because the cloth diapers cannot handle my children's bladders. And so I just try to reduce it,
Yeah.
as best you can.
Well, my
But-
husband, we have a towel in the kitchen. I dry my hands on it. It's like to dry your hands on. He
Yeah.
won't do it. He's like kind of a little bit of a germaphobe. So
Okay.
he dries his hand on paper towels because it's cleaner to him or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
He thinks it's unsanitary to dry his hands on a towel that other people's hands have been dried on multiple times. So I'm telling you, when I tell you he goes through a lot of them, he'll use them to blow his nose, which I think is funny. He needs industrial strength. He's not carnivore. If he went carnivore, he would maybe his allergies would improve because mine have for sure. Yes.
You need to get like one of those hand dryer in your
There
kitchen.
you go.
Like, install it.
Serious.
You probably like
Yes.
Christmas idea.
Yes. It
I
is better
used-
for the environment.
Mhm.
I agree with you, Charlie. Yep, less toilet paper.
It's true.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah,
Let's make it
prepping
past
day.
a minute.
Yeah. Sorry. That was the main reason. I mean, we can
Okay.
finish this because I do kind of want to ask you, but
Oh god.
I had to hear that story.
God, there's so much oil.
Olive oil.
So much
But he's
oil.
like olive oil. That's not carnivore.
That's
He
not-
doesn't even feel that.
Olive oil isn't.
Oh, okay. I did put
Take my carnivore card. We're sick.
Take it away.
I don't remember this video,
Avocado
man.
oil. We're gonna be.
That was from Prepping Days.
All right,
too.
let me get this. I love you. Oh,
So
thank
sweet.
you for talking to me. I love you too, sweetie. That was really
I feel
cute.
like this is like a
I
handy.
thought we paid her to say that.
Yeah. I was like, we paid
I
her to
think
say
I'm just
that.
gonna
Yeah.
use both hands, and
funny.
If this turns out really gross, I'll just force you to eat it. Eggs and meatballs and
Oh, I didn't realize.
yeah.
I'm so mean.
Everyone's sick. Everyone's sick. What do we do?
I don't know.
Everyone's sick.
You're sick. yeah.
Cough, cough, a
You
shoe.
have a temperature
My
of-
voice.
I'll
Like,
cough at you.
You gotta
This
eat
is- I have to
food,
take this off. What? Oh god, I stopped talking. Oh. These
Poor
are pretty
Ellie.
good. I didn't.
Yeah,
have a
that's what I wanted to
tripod.
ask you.
didn't have
Okay.
one.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the end right here. This is what I wanted to ask
That's
you.
right.
I look horrible. Gee.
Yeah, but look at her face. She liked it. Was it really good, Ellie? Was it
Yeah,
really
it was
good?
really, really good.
See?
That's
That
my
makes me
face,
want to now I want to try that because you know me and my seafood struggles. Like, could I do I feel like maybe tuna melt muffin. I mean, come on. And then after that, she said she could eat the whole thing, like as if she would be
And
such
I
a glutton
did.
if she ate the whole thing. And look how little that
almost
thing
did.
is. You need to eat like 5 of those.
It was a lot.
She likes it. Mikey likes it. Remember those Life cereal commercials? Mikey likes it. Ellie, are you too young to remember Mikey likes it, or do you remember that?
My grandma used to say it a lot in trips for boyfriend. So she's like, just feed it to Mikey. Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it. That was a Life cereal commercial. I know all my friends in the chat remember that. If you're from the US and you're my age
All
or
right,
older,
Christy, you
that
gotta
was
move the video. It's a bad clip of me.
sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm done with this one. It was I really, really had to hear the prepper thing. I was like, what? I didn't know she had that in her.
Yeah, we were nervous.
Yeah, you were smart.
Thank you.
Okay. I can't stay on too much longer because I did tell my kids I would make them some burger patties in a little while for dinner. But
Okay.
you want to do you had another one, right? It was a little more serious. Mental health, I think you said.
Yeah. Do you want to do that? Well,
Yeah.
you don't have to watch the whole video.
Yeah, let's not watch the whole thing, but bring me a couple highlights or ask me a couple questions or
So it was this video here.
Yeah. I sat somewhere different. I was like, I'm gonna sit somewhere different. And then I didn't realize the pattern on my shirt was like way too much for the other patterns in my office.
Oh.
That was a lot of patterns, you guys. That was a lot of patterns.
So I feel like YouTube doesn't like mental health videos for carnivore,
Yes.
and I think they need to be more popular. So
Hi, all my meeting wellness friends out there. I want to start a series of videos talking about the mental health benefits that I've received on carnivore.
I did do a
Because
series
with
of
this
videos.
diet, I didn't intentionally choose it like so many people. Many people out there choose carnivore because of a specific health condition that they're trying to fix. And doing a strict carnivore diet can fix, heal, or improve so many health conditions.
are you
But
just
I had
talking
health
or reading a
condition that
script?
No, I
wasn't
wasn't
even
reading a script.
aware
I was
of.
just talking.
You're so
And
good.
It wasn't
Jeez.
Thank
until
you.
I went first keto.
It bu-
I just
and
hit
tried to
record
really
and we just gonna see what
kind
comes
of
out of my mouth, you guys.
skip to the vegetables a little bit at a time, and then one day realized I'm carnivore, that one of these benefits just popped out for me because it was something
You're
I
about
didn't
to
even
say it,
know
but
I
I'm gonna
struggled
talk about
with. And that is food freedom. Since the age of 15 or 16 years old,
Yeah.
I struggled with
Mhm.
just being consumed in my mind
Yeah.
about the food I was putting in my mouth. And that was because I was so obsessed with my weight. So I didn't want to gain weight. I didn't want to get fat. And I thought counting calories and dieting in that sort of traditional way was the way to go, the way that everybody said was the correct way: eat less, move more. And so I just continue to go on the roller coaster of scale going up, scale going down, yo-yoing up, yo-yoing down. And I would do that by just eating less until my body would just, the weight would come off, but it was so broken down. My body was so broken down. And that consumed my mind because
It breaks my
I
heart.
had no mental energy.
I'm so sorry.
It was
you
hard
went
to
through that.
focus. I was lethargic. I was tired all the time.
Mhm.
And I was also consumed with the thoughts of what food was I going to eat and what food wasn't I going to eat. I was counting calories, silently adding them up in my head and trying not to exceed whatever the certain magic number was
Yeah,
for that day.
I've been there.
And then the next day I'd probably try to beat that and do less.
That's
and so
okay.
my body was so
Mhm.
malnourished and my
But we're
brain
almost
was
there.
so consumed with these thoughts
I wanna-
that it was really a hard struggle to do everyday life. And when I went carnivore, unintentionally as it may have been, all
And I
of a
love
sudden
that.
I
It's
noticed
like, they just
that
let off
I
my
didn't
plate.
think about
I
that
love that.
anymore.
Just-
I'm not consumed with that number on the scale. I'm not
I'm not.
worried that the meat I am eating is going to put on any unhealthy weight. If any weight is put on, it's going to be muscle. I've noticed
Yeah.
the muscle
Mhm.
growth in my body, in my arms especially. And I'm not worried about that because it's obviously healthy. So
Look, I just wanted so at your so basically like you had it was either that one or I've watched some new videos, you talking about this topic, and I think it's so
I did do a
important.
series of like my mental health stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, there was a few of them that I did, and then they
And-
weren't getting views, and so I stopped because I thought this isn't helping anybody. No one's watching these, But
I
sorry, what were
understand.
you-
Yeah,
what were you
I was
say?
gonna say, I remember you saying that you at some point you were eating like 500 calories a day.
Mhm.
And then you were like, the next day you're like, oh, I can do like even better. Like it became
Yep.
like a competition, like the
Yep.
cycle. And I'm just so proud of you. You've come so far. And it
Yeah,
breaks my heart when you say
because
you've gained weight, and I'm like, you're great. You've come so far.
there's Pixel. There she is. The old me gaining. So yeah, I'm putting my money where my mouth is right now, right? Because then I hadn't put on the weight. I put on, I don't know, 15 pounds. I don't even
Mhm.
exactly know because it doesn't stay totally constant all the time, but I'm basically back where I was before I started keto a year ago. And the old me would have been like, oh, gotta stop eating.
Mhm.
Gotta stop eating now. Gotta get under 1,000 calories. Gotta get under 900. I haven't done that at all. If I'm hungry, I eat. I was really hungry today. My plan, in fact, I got to go. I'm still tracking because I'm still doing the workout thing, although I
Right.
kind of stopped vlogging it. I've been so bad because I started vlogging Zach's stuff, and like 2 vlogs is too many vlogs for me. But
Vlogs hard.
but I'm still doing the weights. Tomorrow will be leg day. I love leg day. It's my favorite day. So I'll be doing leg day tomorrow, and I'm still doing it. So I'm still just tracking the food just to not to cap my calories or anything. It's just to see, making sure I'm getting enough protein. Anyway, so my plan today was to eat one of those grass-fed and finished ribeyes, but then I was so hungry after work today. Like, I ate breakfast this morning. I wasn't hungry at lunch. I had a can of salmon in there, but I didn't eat it because I just wasn't hungry. But by the end of the workday, I was like starving. So I went and got one of my regular grocery store ribeyes that are, they're over a pound. I mean, there's a bone in them, so it's probably about a pound of ribeye. And I ate that because I was like, a half pound just isn't going to do it today,
Mhm.
But the old me would have been like, okay, first of all, we're not having ribeye. We're going to switch to chicken, and we're going to eat, half a piece, and we're going to, yeah. And then we're going to over exercise, to get this off. And it's
Mhm.
like, I'm trying my hardest here to trust the process,
Yeah.
that my body is healing, that I know my metabolism is damaged. I really hope that I come out the other side with the ability to take in a couple thousand not that I'm counting calories, but like, it's the metric that we've got, right?
Yeah.
So thinking of when I was trying to restrict to, like, for sure under 1,000, for sure if it was over 800, that was bad. And then there would be days when I would do 500. Going
Mhm.
from that to, like, I've never ever, I mean, there's been days on my binge days where I know I've consumed well over 2,000, but on a regular basis, just to eat around 2,000 calories a day and be like a healthy weight in a body that I'm happy with would be a flippin' miracle. So I'm just hoping that right now, this little weight gain process is my body like figuring out that, no, I'm not going to go back to restricting like
Yeah.
that.
That's what I think.
And once it figures that out, it's going to shed, the fat or the whatever, but I know I'm putting on muscle. My scale does tell me that, but I can see and feel a difference. It's not as easy to see now because there's a little layer, over the top of it. But I mean, I wear a size 4. It's not, I was wearing a 2.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a 4. Like, it's fine,
I
but the
think that's
number on the
a
scale
great
would have
size.
completely sent me right over the
Mhm.
edge before.
And that shows your growth.
Yeah.
You've changed so much in just like eating keto. You've been like,
Mhm.
right?
I'm a year, yeah, if you count my
Yeah.
keto, which it was Dr. Berry style, like legit meat-based keto. And
Absolutely.
everybody starts off, nobody's perfect, but yeah, I definitely had a progression and stuff, but it was definitely meat heavy, lots of ribeyes, 20 grams or less of like total carbs, not net. I didn't play that game. I did at one point in
Oh,
my
I did
life when
that.
I didn't know
Oh,
better, but
we
yeah.
don't need to get into that.
So it was definitely, I've been a year on the proper human diet, and my mental health is miles and away better. I'm not
Yeah,
the
so
same
that's
person
why
in
I
my
wanted.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I've had the same thing too. I think that's something we connect on. I mean, I know I've had like the body transformation, but it's like the mental health is really, really what has kept me on this path.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not doing well up here, well, everything apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I held it together on the outside. People on the outside would have looked at me and thought, oh, look at her. She's skinny and she's whatever,
She's healthy.
healthy. But
Yeah.
yeah, skinny is not healthy. Skinny is
No.
not healthy. I was not healthy on the inside, and I don't know how much longer I could have faked it, right? I was faking it.
Mhm.
Totally
Absolutely.
faking it.
And now you're your true self,
right.
and you went through a metamorphosis of like just finding the real Christy. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you did, because then we've met. You know, I can't stop thinking though, what other video did you pick? I'm sorry.
Well,
because we don't have to watch the whole thing.
no, we won't watch the
Okay,
whole
yeah.
thing. I picked two. I do want to. I'm going to do this one, but I'll tell you the third one that I kind of thought of is because you know
Mhm.
you did lion diet for a while, and now I know you brought
Oh.
in some things, but they're kind of both on the same theme. They're both on the same theme. Okay.
Okay.
So this one really shows this was hard for you. You're going to know when you see it. This was hard for you.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember this, Ellie?
Of course.
The day you did this, I'm gonna turn the volume up on this one so I don't screw it up so you can hear. Okay, so again, we
I
won't
think it
watch the
looks
whole
good.
thing. You look really beautiful, but
Thank you.
look at her attitude at the beginning versus the end. I mean, we won't watch the whole thing, but I'll show a little bit at the
You
beginning
can
and
do
then
clips.
yeah, we'll do clips.
I had no idea while making this video I was going to get so emotional.
Hey, my baby boy's
Like
there.
spirits and even feeling a little silly. I've been suffering with rosacea for many, many years, and it's been at its worst. I've cut out lots of bad foods for me, but I've decided to finally go the last 5% and remove all of the spices,
Mm-hmm.
all the oils. I
Fast
wasn't
forward.
necessarily using the olive oil, for instance, but it was in my kitchen.
Look at all the
Prepper days.
seasonings.
And when you're doing
Look at all the
prep work,
seasonings.
you have to have
Prepper days.
strategy. You
Prepper
have to
days
think of your
seasonings.
house as a
Honey. I
place
see honey,
that is
Ellie.
going to
Yeah.
bring
I hadn't been
love.
eating it,
This is your
but it
health
was
center.
there.
It was in
And
there.
if you are not
Oats.
giving your 100% effort to make sure that you are successful every single day,
Sounds
whether
sad.
it's carnivore or any lifestyle,
Mhm.
you will fail.
Your voice used to sound
have to
sad
give
often in
your
your early
all.
videos.
You have
You
to
sounded
make your
I
family
very,
was.
involved.
yep.
You have to make it
I was
part
very
of
sad.
yourself, because
Okay.
your health. I
So
laid in my bed
Look at all
for those
that.
5 years.
yeah,
Just
that's what
sitting
I
in
kind of
my
wanted to stop
cabinet.
on. Look at all
Horrible
that.
depression
Just
where I did
all
not
of
leave
that.
my house for 5 years.
Psyllium husk
I laid in my
powder.
bed
Was that
for
from
those
your
5
keto
years.
days?
Yeah.
I was an SSRI, and nothing to really think
And then
about it.
this, man,
I
you're
have to
like
give
holding
my
up every
body and my
spice
mind
and just
time.
pointing at your face. But
And
look
all these
at
things are
her
gonna be
face.
made
Look
in
at her
my house.
attitude
I'm not gonna
change.
feed it to
Her
myself. I'm not
demeanor.
gonna
I
feed it
was
my children.
sad.
Yeah,
Because if
compared to the
anything
beginning.
happens to my children, like what is
Oh
happening
yeah.
to my face right now, it will.
All right. So I'm going to leave it there. But I wanted to ask you about that because that was hard for you to get rid of that stuff. And I know some of that is you have a similar, like my mom is similar, like, but like someone could use it, or I hate to throw it
Yeah.
away, or like that kind of stuff. I don't have that. My son has that. I've said that before. He doesn't like to throw stuff away. I don't have that. Like my husband would be like, wait, that was this thing. Did you throw it away? And I was like, I sure did. I
Well,
don't have that thing, but what was that like for you? And like, I mean, is it easy now? I mean, because you had a hard time giving those things up, but I don't think you went and bought any more, right?
No, I only eat salt. I have salt
Yeah.
on my food. So I've actually been practicing minimalism since 2016, and I've built up the muscle of decluttering. And I think I said it in the video. It's like I thought this was going to be easy. I thought letting go of the last 5% was going to be easy. Like, it's just basil. It's just a seasoning, like whatever. But then the weight of what those seasonings and everything else that I was eating previously, how it hurt my body, and the idea of these possibly hurting my children, me struggling so much with breastfeeding. Like I ate so much oatmeal. And I could barely produce anything, and it was painful and it hurt, and I forced myself to do it because I thought it was the right thing to do. And yeah, I think a lot of my keto products still clutter my pantry today. Well, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad for you. That's
Let
great.
us know how that
it
goes.
helps.
That's awesome. I often wish sometimes that my whole family was like Ellie's in the sense of what they're eating. Because there's just my yummy ribeyes and picanhas and bacon and all that. It's all mixed in with the frozen pizzas and whatever. I'm like,
We're not-
don't touch
Yeah, we're not perfect with the kids all the time. Like I
I
don't
know
want to
you're
ever.
not, but
Yeah.
I know you're not, but my husband is straight up standard American, right? Like he's not.
Mhm.
There's ice cream, there's crackers, there's chips, there's all the things, sugary soda, there's all the things, yeah. And it's like I can't really declutter because it's not mine. Like the stuff that's
Yeah.
mine is the the clean stuff, and yeah. So I can't do that, but it would feel so good to purge it though.
It would. Yeah. I guess, yeah, it wasn't about the stuff. It was about what the stuff represented. And my
Mm,
face was hurting really bad. Like you can't tell too well. I was just looking at it, I was like, it doesn't look that bad, but it was very painful.
mm.
And I've been going along on my journey and my skin is getting much better because I've been using the castor oil. But this is stress. Hello, stress. How you doing? Um,
Mhm. With all your plumbing issues and things, do you think that's what
yeah.
yeah, that was stressful.
Yeah, just a lot of, and then my son got 8 spider bites.
Mhm.
His fingernail came off, like, because he got hit, he got a bruise and it got hit on the sliding glass door. He woke up with a mosquito bite on his face this morning, and it's also my poor boy. He's been through a lot lately. So, it's just all these things compounded. But yeah, that explains that. I was going to name it and be weird, but I'm not going to do that today. But yeah, that video, I was really, I found it to be very therapeutic, and I felt like my videos were therapy. And it's funny because I have the hardest part of me is working international hotel, and I have to bake bread for the breakfast. Yeah,
Mhm.
that is hard when it's around you all the time. Um, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Sorry. Like
No,
your quick comment and
I wanna
distracted you.
no, I wanna talk to them. It's so nice that, we're able to have this little hangout with them. I don't know. I felt like, my YouTube channel in the beginning was like therapy for me, and now I
Mhm.
have the self-talk therapy, like, it's, like, officially named my little series. I put on
Mhm.
the camera and I just, like, instead of going to therapy, I talk to my camera and I feel better for it, usually, and I feel like, um I don't miss those spices. I know I don't need them, and
Yeah.
so that's empowering because I feel like I'm just doing better without them, and I'm eating the right food, and that changes everything. So that was about it.
Well, I would like to wrap this up by
Yeah.
just giving a little synopsis, Ellie. So it's not that any of your videos, I mean, we all are learning, right? Like I'm still learning. I'll probably, it's never going to be perfect. I'm okay with that. But in the beginning of your channel, you always sounded either like very serious or like
Yeah.
very sad or even like so dramatic. And I think some of that, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I think it's
Mhm.
because you were trying to not cry or something. So it gave your voice this like tone.
I know what you
um,
mean. Like the
yeah,
voiceover we just listened to.
yeah. But I do like your voiceover style though. It's not the style, like the voiceover style that you do as you're doing your
Yeah.
little videos, and then I love that style. That's so cool. That's
Thanks.
very Nourishment Redacted. That's like your brand. Like I have Meeting Wellness one whatever at a time. Like your little voiceover
Mhm.
style. I really enjoy that. But anyway, yeah. And now, I mean, yeah, you still have because that's you're very like in tune with, like, my videos aren't emotional like yours. That's your thing. But there's days when you're happy, right? Like your whimsy goth, or
Mhm.
when you're doing your updates.
Yeah.
And at the beginning it was all just, you could tell, like you were just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's you've been, I mean, I think it is fitting that you picked butterflies, even though I know it's a little bit of a pun with the butter.
Mhm.
But yeah, you've had a transformation. You've done it right in front of us, as your channel has grown up,
You're so
you know.
sweet.
So love you,
Chrissy,
girl.
I love you too. And I'm so proud of you too. Like, you used to be so shy and you used to just sleep on your
True.
couch, and
I
now
did.
you're interviewing everybody, spreading the message of
Yeah.
carnivore. And we always learn from you every video, you know?
Thank you.
Ah,
Yeah.
but
I
I
was
appreciate that.
interviewing Dave Mack yesterday. He has a pretty big channel, right? It's like 40 times the size of
Yeah.
my channel. And I was sitting there in the middle, like I'm not a super self-reflective person like all the time, and especially not in critical moments like that.
Yeah.
But there I am interviewing Dave Mack. There's a point during that interview where in my head I was like, wow, here I am interviewing this guy who everybody likes. He has this big channel on my little nothing channel, right? And I'm not nervous and I'm just having a good time. And I'm just like, why am I not freaking out? Why am I not like, this could go badly for me because all of his subscribers are going to see it and there's so many of them. And if I screw this up, blah, 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 like none of that. And but I was like self-reflecting on that. Like the old me would have been so worried about all of that. And I just, Dave's a super nice guy. We jumped on before the live and we were just like chatting like old friends. I've never talked to him a day in my life, you know? And, you know, we got on, we did the interview and oh my gosh, thank you, BK. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I have to see it. I did not get to watch it. I went to bed early last night.
Yeah, let me know what you think. And then I've got Zoe Harcombe coming up. Actually, Ellie, I'm double. I didn't realize it. The same day that I'm interviewing you in the morning, I'm interviewing Zoe because she's in England. So it'll be like 7 a.m. here, but it's like whatever. It's in the afternoon there. So she had like a narrow window, you know, trying to schedule people in other countries, you know, especially busy people.
Absolutely.
You take what you can get. But I mean, she's like a renowned, this is another level.
Yeah.
Like Dave Mack is another level. And then Zoe Harcombe, she's my first like she's an expert. Like she speaks at like low carb, whatever. And she has books. You know what I mean? She's a PhD. She's she's legit.
I know. It's so exciting.
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I haven't felt nervous in a while.
You're going to feel nervous
like
until you hit live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're going to just be you.
I'm like, should I send her questions ahead of time? Should I she didn't ask for them? I don't know. I watched another interview recently and you could tell they prepared ahead of time. Like the guy that was interviewing her had like websites and things pulled up, like already ready to go. And she's like, yeah, show that one. It was like the British version of My Plate, like whatever that thing is called. Okay. And they were like showing that. So it was clearly pre-planned and pre-prepared. And I'm like, should I be doing that? She didn't ask me to do that. You know what I mean?
They might that might be how they do their show, but you should do the show that you like to do because it's your channel. Yeah. And she said yes for a reason.
She did say yes. So I'm excited.
So, that is really exciting.
But you know, she's my first quote unquote, like the real expert, right? It's like having, I don't know, Dr. Barry or Georgia Eid, or, you know, she's one of those. So that's my first one. So I'm sure you can see why I'm a little nervous. I'm sure you'll excuse me if I'm a little nervous.
Of course. And if you need me to like talk you out of any negative self-talk, I'll be here.
I've watched a lot of her stuff. I know what she has to say. I know what she's an expert in. I just hope that I can get some good questions and she has fun and enjoys her time and doesn't regret it.
I don't think so. I think.
Oh, wow. It's 3:15 a.m. in Belgium. Who do you think you are, me, BK? I'm always up at 3:15 a.m. No, today I slept until 4.
Oh, dang. Yeah, do you know what happened to me? My son woke up like 8 times last night. So he was sleeping on my neck and on my chest. He's not feeling well, like with the bug bite and everything else.
Fun.
So he was with mama. So I was also up that time yesterday.
Thanks, Mike.
Poor
baby.
It's okay. He'll get through it. Hopefully this is just a phase and then it'll be better. I'll have to send you a picture of that because it's bad. So I guess let's wrap this up. I really enjoyed looking back. I kind of forgot what my videos were like. I was like, oh yeah, I did film that. Do you ever feel like that? You forget what you filmed and upload?
Yeah.
I don't watch my videos.
Well, there was a recent one, Ellie. You were like, I got to see a pancake video. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I did a pancake video. You're like, no, you didn't do a pancake video. And I believed you. And then I was like, yes, I did. Look, there it is. And that was fairly recent.
But it was during my ban on YouTube.
I know, to
So
be fair. But it was just funny because you convinced, like, you had me convinced. I was like, okay, I'll make you a pancake video, Ellie. And then I was like, wait a minute, I did. There it is. Look,
I
Ellie, here's your
know I
link.
did, and I was like, "Oh, you made this for me? Thank you so much." I know.
It's so funny. Anyway,
I still need
but
it. That's on my list. I have a long list of foods I need to make that are, substitution foods. I need to do that.
look, BK has a tagline: take care and
Oh,
stake it up.
that's good.
Stake it up. I have a t-shirt on my store that says Carnivores Stake It Easy. It's a pun just for you,
Yeah.
Ellie. It's a pun just for you.
Thank you.
High stakes.
I forgot the ones that I used on my phone. It was like, they say I use too much salt, but no, dang it. Never mind. I don't remember what it was. Never mind. You'll
You'll
just have to
remember.
check out
Tell
my
us
store.
later.
Okay, never mind. Okay, let's say goodnight to everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. This was fun doing our first members only stream.
This was fun.
I think we should do it again soon.
Yeah, we need to. Let's plan one and we'll definitely put it on the community tab and kind of shout it out so you guys can join us again because this was great. Thank you so much, guys.
Good night. I love you.
Love you guys.
Heart, heart, heart.
Heart, heart, heart. Bye, everybody.
Bye.